This Friday, the 9th of December, the WA Italian Club comes alive with more boxing. We've had the green bout, which took up a lot of people's interest, but there is more boxing. There's always boxing going on here in WA with the Western Alliance. It's called the Rematch. Two of the fighters who will be contesting join me in the studio now, Lucas Brown and Daniel Dawson. Lucas, obviously a bantamweight, and because if you
he only just fit through the door, you know that.
Yeah, well, it did create a big stir when he was walking through the newsroom. All these few ladies out there going, "Who the hell's that? Are we in trouble?"
It's the bald head.
That's right. It was the dashing smile.
The shine.
Two guys on the card. It's a big card too. Look, I'll come to you in a moment, Daniel.
Yeah,
because
go for it.
The new guy coming up. This is your 10th professional heavyweight fight. You've won all 9, 8 by knockout,
yep.
And you're taking on someone you've already fought. So, hey, fade complete. What round? Tell me.
It's a 6-round fight, this one. When I fought him last time, it was a 10-round fight for a title, so I did have to pace myself somewhat. But this one's over 6, so I know exactly how hard I can sort of go. So I'll do my normal thing, start off with the jab, see how it goes first couple of rounds, see how he responds to it. But definitely third, fourth, it'll start stepping up and see if he can take it.
Yeah, well, you're taking on. I didn't mention his name, Faye Falomi or Falomi. He's a big hitter. He knows how to hit. So
definitely, well and truly, yeah.
You're actually quite agile for a big fella.
I like to take that title, yes.
Yeah.
I can do a running backflip and all sorts of stuff that someone my size shouldn't be able to do. But I'm 6'5", and I've now cut down to about 116, which is pretty much where I want to sit. I've fought a lot of my time, especially in the MMA, like over 120.
So you've actually cut down on the Maccas?
Yeah, okay.
Just the one meal instead of the two, sort of thing. But
beautiful.
But Faye is he's only about 6'1", but he's 122, 123 kilos. So he's just that thicker set, older guy who has a lot of power in his punch. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I was going to say you come from an MMA background, and you've got a kickboxing background, Daniel.
Muay Thai, that's right. Yeah,
they complement. Or are they two different disciplines? What are the benefits of actually having that coming across into the...
Yeah. Well, with MMA, everything starts standing up. So it does really rely on your hands in that initial part anyway. And being an MMA fighter, you do have to be an all-rounder. So you do have to have the kickboxing, the boxing, and the wrestling sort of background. So it didn't hinder me in terms of going into the boxing. Different things like stances and stuff like that, definitely. I had to sort of fine-tune, so to speak, but basically in my MMA fights everything was my hands anyway. I didn't knock anyone out with anything else but my hands. So
natural progression.
It was. Unfortunately, it was.
You just want to hold one of your mitts up to the camera there.
Yeah, decent size.
It's like the dollar sign on it, Moneymaker, just to let you know.
Cha-ching.
That's right.
Well, and Daniel, you've got a... Sorry, you were going to say?
Yeah, no, with kickboxing Muay Thai, I had about 59 fights professionally, and it was amazing. You know, I've had 7 world titles all around the world in Australia, and you know, looking in the fights, you're looking for kicks, knees, elbows, punches. You're looking for all these different weapons all the time. So you have to adapt really quickly to all different things coming at you and using different things. So when I went to the boxing, it was like, wow, it's such a different change. It was like, okay, there's only hands coming at me, so it was really easy for me to defend. But then again, in attacking, I only had the hands to attack with. So it's like, okay, now I have to learn how to utilize these better and better. So yes, the same thing, slight adjusting with the footwork and movement. But again, I think learning to react and your reflexes are there in tune with everything coming at you, all 8 weapons. Now you've only got the 2. It can be quite good. You know, it gives us a good background to start with, definitely.
Because with the kickboxing, a lot of it all starts from the feet. You know, you're always quite nimble on your feet, and you're always changing your position. Have you found that quite an effective, I guess, a weapon in your arsenal for the transfer of your power through your punches?
Definitely. I feel like you always gain your power from the floor, from your feet. That's big legs in the boxing. We know guys with big legs definitely going to have good power and good stance. So a lot of the kickboxers, Muay Thai fighters, MMA fighters have all got pretty big legs. They're all strong guys. They set themselves quite well, so they can transfer into the boxing quite well. Really, I think so.
Yeah. Well, your opponent on Friday night is Virgil Calicoda, is that correct?
Calicoda, yeah, that's right.
Now, you fought him before.
Yeah,
now,
twice. This is the 3rd time now. Yeah.
This
will be the last time too. He won't want to fight me after this one.
There we go. I like to hear that because the last time was a draw.
Yeah, last time was draw. First time we fought kickboxing in Japan, shoot boxing actually in the S Cup. Got to do a little bit of
Nice.
little bit of throws. I think got a suplex and that on him, which was pretty cool. Thought I was like a huge wrestler then, but so one of my first shows. But and then we fought boxing here in July 23rd, and there's a lot of things. I was last year and a bit. I've been really working with my new coach Bobby Main. A year and a half we've been together now. Bobby Main was the author of The Art of Boxing here in Perth, and a great coach. I'm really happy to be under him. He's been actually teaching me. He's been teaching me the basic skills of boxing, how to utilize the jab, the footwork, the movement, the range, all those things that I sort of didn't get taught so much through the kickboxing ranks. And when I jumped into boxing, it was just all, power, speed, fitness, and strength work. And he's actually been taking me back and teaching me all these things. Now, it's taken me a little while to adapt, and it's all started to settle in. And the first fight with Virgil, I felt like the first 5-6 rounds, I could hit him when I wanted to. I moved around, I boxed. I won't say it was easy. He's quite a tough guy, but I felt like I was winning with ease, making it look effortless. And what I did sort of wrong, and I've sort of worked out in the last sort of 5-6 years, the way I've been making the weight in the last week, I've been sitting about 4 or 5 kilos out from my weight. And this is the first time in a prep that I've actually made it down to weight. I made it down to weight 2 weeks ago, and then had a sparring session the next day and performed fantastic, which just super stoked about. So first time in years and years that I've got myself down to a good weight in a prep, and I just know I'm going to have so much more energy going to the fight. So we're just working on really just going in, outboxing him, busting him up over the first 6 rounds, and then when he thinks that we're going to fatigue like last time, I'm going to keep busting him up through the next 6. So it's going to be good.
Because I was going to say, he came back at you in the later rounds. I mean,
last 6 rounds, he did well. He did really well. I think I fatigued quite a lot, and he managed to press on, and I still think I won quite a few of those last rounds. But if he's putting the pressure on, then give him the rounds, no problem. I got no worries with that. But different story this time. Looking forward to it.
Well, if he's not there in the later rounds, he can't put the pressure on, can he?
Exactly. If he's on the floor in round 8, I'm pretty sweet.
That's what I love about knockouts. So it's no one else's perception, no one else's decision. He's on the ground, he's out. I won. That's it. Yeah.
And for you, Daniel, there is the winner of this match vies into contention for a fight against Mundine or the Austin Tout.
I mean, the opportunities for me are endless after I win this fight. I'll gain a number 5 ranking in the world in the WBA, which is just incredible, which means we can then challenge the champion Austin Trout. Mundine will probably look at doing something with us, which I'm either way, I'm happy if he does. If he doesn't, if he's a bit worried, because he's worried about fighting guys with power, then he might not want to fight me, and we'll go to America or we'll fight Austin Trout here in Perth maybe on a big show. So plenty of opportunities there. We'll also, I have no problem at all now with how I'm feeling in my style and how I'm boxing to go over to America and fight, and even take on the guys like Cotto and Alvarez and the top names in the business. That's my goal, is to be the best in my division. It's not just to win a world title. I actually want to be the best in my division, and give it the next 3-4 years, I'll be there.
Mate, it's going to be an exciting ride. And
definitely.
Lucas, I should actually, you are the Rock, Daniel.
The Rock, that's right.
And you are Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, he is a Big Daddy.
So, and how about for you? I mean, if you keep on going, by the end of this year, you could be 10-0.
That's it. Yeah, I started this year in the boxing regards as a 2-0, and I wanted to finish the year at 10-0. So this fight basically gives me that opportunity.
Great.
The O is always the important part, but 10-0, it's a nice round number. But it puts me in contention for other things as well. February, I'm looking at possibly the Australian title against Michael Kirby.
Wow.
That'll be up in Queensland on Fox, all that sort of thing. WBU are looking for a world title opportunity. They want to come here to Australia as well. So, I know I've got so much to learn. Like as you said, 58 fights in just the kickboxing side of things.
Learning,
and still learning. So I've had the 8 MMA, and now this will be the 10th boxing. And for me, I think I've always got the power. I've got the reach and everything else, the agility, but it's a fitness thing as well. And I'm sort of still learning how the body adapts to different things. Luckily, being a heavyweight, I don't have to worry about cutting weight, so to speak. But I'm still learning in all regards, in regards to just the sheer science of boxing, as well as the fitness and how my body reacts to different things. So I've done a 12-round fight now and lasted 12 and had no problems. So that's also sent a message to everyone else that I'm not just like that 3 or 4 round sort of guy. I can last the 12 if I need to. But But yeah, I just like knocking people out. It's good fun. Yeah.
That's why I'll always, from this point on, you're my friend.
Yes, yeah.
You're 6 PRs, Lucas Brown, and
Best
you are 6 PRs,
birdies, yes.
Daniel Dawson. What about Damori? Is there will your paths ever cross, or you're just not even worried about who the next contender is? You just want a new contender.
It's one of those things. Like we are now sort of starting to spar together.
Oh.
Also, in regards to management team, we.
What would that be? You guys sparring to be like slamming 2 big legs of ham together, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he put my tooth through the front lip a week before my last fight, so yeah, that was fun. But it's definitely something that I need to step up in. Like I've fought many guys in terms of sparring and everything else, but Damari is a step above, which is now where I need to sort of start hitting. I only lasted 6 rounds at the pace that he was setting, so for me that was a shock to my system, sort of thing. I could last 12 with others, but then that particular pace is where I need to sort of set my bar at. So again, the fitness side of things and everything else.
Good opportunity for you, though.
It's awesome, yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
He's ranked 5th under me. I'm 4th in Australia through the actual box rec system, but he's had more fights, obviously more experience, everything else. So it's if it comes about, by all means, I can't see why it wouldn't happen, but maybe not just yet. I think a little bit more experience for myself, and then we'll take it on.
Are you starting to attract some of the big name promoters? I mean, 10-0, well, hopefully you'll be 10-0 after Friday.
Yep.
And you are a big fella. I could see, both of you are really marquee sort of fighters in your division. So, are there big promoters starting to sniff around?
Well, it is a package, and I'm sure Daniel will sort of agree with that. Like we both can speak as well.
Yeah,
we're not just sort of sitting there.
You're actually coming across far too intelligent to be boxing. Friends.
It's called stick and move.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But no, it is a package. I'm the big white guy, bald head, tattoos. That sort of it does stand out. You know what I mean? So from that regards, it is quite marketable. Everything else. It's more of a fact of trying to find someone who wants to fight me, unfortunately.
Because I was going to
Especially
say,
here in Australia.
You know,
Yeah.
I can fight all level of sort of not bums, so to speak. I don't want to discredit anyone, but like the lower level sort of fighters.
Yeah.
But if I want to keep stepping up, there's going to be a point where I'm going to have to sort of put on the bigger shows and the bigger money and everything else, and the promoters really have to sort of get behind all that sort of stuff. So that's sort of where I'm at. I'm sort of in limbo at the moment.
Because as you're moving through, you're both moving through the ranks really quickly and starting to get that notoriety.
Yeah.
So is it a case of those people who are maybe a few rungs ahead of you don't want to go near you because you really are an unknown package? Do you then sort of say, well, do you weigh up, I've got a chance at a real contender, but I'm just not quite ready for it? Do you go for it and suffer it? Because it's quantum leaps, isn't it? The guys who are pressing for a world title fight won't want to take you guys on because you may put them out of the race.
That's right. Well, especially where I'm at, because I'm only I will hopefully end up 10-0. So if they lose to someone like they've got 40 fights and they lose to someone who's 10-0, that's just going to discredit them.
Yeah.
So from my point of view, it's quite hard. Yeah. So I've got to sort of get to 15, maybe 20-0, and then anyone will want to fight me from there because of the record.
That's why it's so important. The way you manage, it's a career. You manage your career. It's so important to have the right fights. And like you said, not discrediting anyone. But every fight you've got to learn, you've got to improve, and you've got to keep building your experience every single fight. Like you've got to go out there and make sure that each fight you are somehow becoming better, so you can get to that next level. That's the only way to get there is to keep improving. I mean, if you have to jump up and fight, I did in kickboxing when I was younger. I was 20, 21, 22. I'd be in Thailand and fighting guys that were just better than me, a better fighter than I was. I'd go in there, fight my heart out, give everything I had, and I'd come out with a loss. And still be very proud of myself, but I had to do that a couple of times until I get to the point where then I started beating those guys, and I think sometimes you have to take a risk, jump up the level, and I think the guys who are at the top, I'm not going to say any names, but the guys who are at the top and don't fight the guys underneath them, whether they're running, ducking those fights, whatever else. I think if you are going to be the champion, if you're going to be the champion and you're going to be the best fighter, you'll fight whoever is good enough to take you on, and you'll beat them and to show them that you are the champion. To me, that's champion. Yeah. That's the old school way, and that's that. I still believe that's the way it is. Warriors. That's how it should be.
I could go and fight all these sort of guys and be 30-0.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But when you look at the actual career and everything else, it won't actually mean anything. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
10
it's-
quality scalps as opposed to 32
That's right.
pace.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
right, yeah.
exactly.
That's
So
right.
yeah, it's something you want to actually be proud of at the same time, not just the actual
Yeah.
record itself. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, the scary
To
thing
me,
is
the record doesn't mean that much. You know,
Yeah.
if you lost the draws, hit wins here or there, it's how you perform and how you keep moving forward. That's what matters to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was going to say no pissing in your pockets or anything, and the fact that both of you could beat the living daylights out of me, because I'm not a fighter, I'm a runner. You both admitting that you've got a lot to learn, but you're already respectively highly considered within your weight division. So
Yeah.
that, I mean, bodes well for Western Australian boxing and Australian boxing, but it must send ripples of fear amongst the guys out there who are already 40-0 and or 40-2-1 and all those sort of things.
It should, because
Yeah, it should.
I consider myself a lot lower level than Daniel, because Daniel's been there, done that a lot longer than I have.
The experience, yeah.
Experience factor. But considering we both are where we are and we've got so much more to learn, be
Yeah.
very scared.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, look, I mean, it'll be a good night on Friday, and I'm sure. Well, you're already talking like you've won, and I've got no reason to
I've
doubt
made
it.
up my mind.
Yeah.
You never go into a fight thinking you're going to lose.
No,
Definitely
no,
not,
exactly.
Definitely not. No,
No.
I have 110% confidence in myself, my coach, the team, the work we've done, my ability. And I'm just excited, man. Everyone, get down there. Get down. In the wise words of Ali, get down there, get your tickets, and see this. Because I tell you what, man, you're going to see some good fights. And myself and Lucas, Luke Sharp, Wes Kappa, some of the other guys on the card. It's going to be a great card. Really, really good card of boxing. And Western Lions, they put on great shows, really smooth running shows. So it's a good night out. Definitely a great night out in Perth.
Oh, good stuff. Well, guys, thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
And hopefully everyone will heed those words and get down and enjoy the. It's at the Italian club. I can't think of like a thriller in a minute. Is it the clubbing at the club or the?
There may be a
I
bit of that.
got nothing.
It's across the road from a tennis court. Does that help?
Yeah, game, set, and match at the WA club. There you go. All right, best of luck, guys, and
Thanks,
we'll
man.
see how you go.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank
Too
you.
easy.
Beautiful.